Broadcasting from the shores of warm, sunny Webster, it's the Webster Thomas Radio Hour. Tonight, January 29th, 1942, it's the Webster Thomas Radio Hour, the finest hour and 37 minutes of non-copyrighted entertainment that the public domain has to offer. We are so glad you could join us tonight for a very special performance, although due to the current restrictions, we don't know where else you could possibly be. Before we begin our show, there are a few guidelines I must go over, although some of these may not apply to our viewers who are tuning in virtually. Number 1, if you are in our audience tonight, please keep your mask on and maintain the proper social distance with those around you. Number 2, in the event of a fire or other emergency, please use one of our many exits. There are 2 in the back of this auditorium and 2 on the sides of the auditorium by the stage. I trust that those of you listening from home know where your exits are, but if you don't, now is a good time to figure that out. And finally, number 3, in some of our stories tonight, you may be asked to follow commands off one of our signs. Let's practice them, shall we? When each sign is held up, please respond to it in the appropriate manner. Lovely. Now, without further ado, our first script in the set list for the evening is from our children's theater, The Case of the Missing Mallets. We now head over to the coast of Denver? Coast of Denver? Where our first story takes place.
Hello, my name is Sam Lexington, and I'm live at the Three Brothers Company for Reflex Testers Made for Children, where there has just been a break-in. For those of you who don't know, this company was started by 3 brothers, as the title suggests, Armand, Martin, and Frank. All 3 of them are with me right now and are just heartbroken about this robbery. Armand, what do you have to say?
Well, Sam, this is just devastating. Absolutely devastating. I mean, my brothers and I have worked so hard to start up our own company, and we take pride in our work. It's such a shame that we were robbed.
You heard it here, folks. The latest shipment of reflex testers has been stolen. Frank, can you tell us what was so special about this specific product?
Yes, it was
Frank's actually quite shy.
I'm not shy.
I'll take this one. We recently launched a new update for our reflex testers. Since we make them specifically for children, we thought that if we added noises to them, the kid would feel less scared when they go to the doctor.
I'm sorry, but I'm a little confused. Could you elaborate?
Sure. You see, our reflex testers are in the shapes of animals, so we thought it would be nice to add the sounds to them when they hit something. Here, I'll demonstrate on Frank.
Ooh, what kind of noises do they make?
Why, the sounds of animals, of course. For example, here's our reflex tester in the shape of a cow.
That's really swell. Do you have any others?
Sure, we have one in the shape of a cat. A dog. And my personal favorite, the rooster.
Why did you hit me so hard?
It's all part of the demonstration, Frank.
Well, that's all the time I have. I'll be back later with some more updates on the story. I'm Sam Lexington, signing out.
Okay, we got that out of the way. Are you happy, Armand?
I don't know what your problem is.
Calling a reporter was not the most logical thing to do. That's why I hired a private detective to sort this whole mess out.
Excuse me, my name is Private Detective Anthony, and I am here to sort this mess out.
Just in time, Anthony. It's so great to finally meet you.
The pleasure's all mine. Now, I understand a shipment of yours went missing.
Yes.
Would you mind telling me exactly what this shipment was?
Well, it's actually a little bit embarrassing. You see, we had so much faith in our new design that we manufactured 3,000 crates worth of reflex testers shaped like giraffes. But they had a flaw.
They had a flaw?
Shh, lower your voice. We don't want any shame brought upon our company.
It's too much. I can't talk about it. Frank, you take over.
Fine. Oh, my God. We were really excited about this particular model, so we went ahead on making all the reflex testers before we realized that we didn't know what sound a giraffe made.
I'm so ashamed.
All of our best designers, engineers, entrepreneurs gathered up at the conference room, and for hours and hours we were brainstorming, and we came up with zilch, nothing.
Well, why didn't you just ask a zookeeper?
We did. His name was Tom, and he's our design consultant. He felt mortified that he couldn't give us the answer, especially since he was the one who takes care of the giraffes at the zoo. He's useless.
Pretty useless, all right. So what'd you do with the reflex testers when you found that they were defective, like Tom?
We did the only thing we could think of. We went to the Denver dock, put the supplies on a ship, and sent it far, far away. We loaded the ship in the middle of the night so no one could see how our company had failed.
Well, that helps me out. Only 3 of you know that the supplies are on a ship. So this was an inside job. Which one of you is guilty?
Well, actually, 2 other people know about the ship.
Who?
Our little sister, Kara. We told her about it during dinner because Mom forced us to get together.
I hate
Shut
Kara.
up, Martin.
Why do you hate her?
Oh, she tried to join our company. She wanted to change the name of it to the Marvelous Medical Mallets.
With all due respect, isn't that a better name?
Kara is the worst.
I hate
She
Kara.
thinks she's so much better than us. I mean, technically she's smarter than the 3 of us combined, but that shouldn't give her an ego, right?
So you have a conflict with her.
Oh, yes, we don't like her one bit.
I actually think she's cool.
She was always Mom's favorite. So not fair.
Well, since she's one of the only people that knows about the ship, I think we should find her and see if she has any information regarding its location.
No. I do not want to see Kara again.
There's nothing wrong with Kara.
I hate Kara.
She might be able to help us, guys.
I refuse to see her.
Well, if the 3 of you are so against meeting with your sister,
2. I like Kara.
I hate Kara.
regardless, we should probably go to the next witness. Who is the other person you told?
Dock worker by the ship.
Let's head down to the docks.
We now head over to Denver Dock, where Detective Anthony is going to meet his first witness.
So I understand that you are a dock worker down here?
Yeah, I've been working here for 20 years or so.
And you were here last night when the supplies went missing?
Yes, I was.
Did you see anyone when this happened?
Yeah, I saw a teenage girl about 19 or something years old. She ran onto the ship, I didn't think anything of it, and I was hungry, so I went down the street to go buy myself a hot dog. When I came back, the ship had vanished.
A teenage girl. Armin, Martin, Frank, are you sure that wasn't...
Factory worker. It had to have been one of our factory workers.
Well, let's head over to the factory then.
We arrive back at the factory.
Ma'am, would you please tell me where you were last night?
Yeah, I was at my house.
Is your house near the dock?
No, it's a 30-minute drive away.
Do you know anyone who was at the dock last night?
Barb was.
Who's Barb?
I'm Barb.
Barb, it's so great to see you.
How do you know each other?
Kara's my best friend and roommate.
I hate Kara.
Was she home with you last night?
No, she told me she was going out.
Did she say where?
Yeah, she said she was going to the water to read poetry. Oh my gosh, do you think that she went down to the dock to do that?
That's the only bottle of water in Denver, so most likely.
Is there anything else that you know?
Well, Kara
I
had
hate
mentioned
Kara.
to me a few times before that she didn't like how you kicked her out of the company.
Well, that
and-
doesn't mean anything, right, Anthony?
Let her finish.
Well, recently Kara kept going down to the library to, check out books.
I hate
What
Kara.
kind of books?
Books about how ships work and how to met metals
Well,
and
that
stuff.
doesn't mean anything, right?
Let her finish. Anything else, Barb?
Yeah. So sometimes when Kara's sleeping, she talks about how she wants to steal something from you and overthrow the company. Oh my gosh, do you think that she was the one to steal the supplies?
I do now. Is there any place that you think she might have gone? Anywhere that she likes?
She's always liked Florida.
Florida? Why?
I'm not sure. Maybe she likes palm trees and oranges and old people.
So, are we going to Florida?
Even if we do, it will be nearly impossible to find her. We don't even have a guess to where she is.
Oh, I almost forgot. She gave me a paper with an address on it.
You've got to be kidding me.
Oh, well, this is fantastic.
How long will it take us to get to Florida?
I'd say about the length of a commercial break.
Have you ever found yourself wondering if you can take your family game night to the next level? Are you bored of playing boring board games and ordinary tic-tac-toe? Well, then we have the game for you. Mrs. Schmidt's Super Epic 3D Tic-Tac-Toe. This game is a triple-decker version of regular tic-tac-toe. And for an added level of fun, the marbles needed for the game are kept inside of an old snake jar. Don't worry, the snake is not included. But it is sold separately if you feel so inclined to purchase it. This swell game is just $5.99, so buy it today and get ready for hours of fun.
Welcome back to the case of the missing mallets. We now head over to a secret abandoned warehouse in Florida where there has been a factory set up.
Kara, where do I pour the melted metal?
In the giant mold over there. That part of the metal will be used to make the handle.
I'll start working.
My plan is finally coming together. Now my annoying brothers will finally pay for what they've done to me. You don't know how to run a company. You can't just try and change the name. Just because your mom's favorite doesn't mean you can get away with everything. I hate Kara. Oh, Armand, Martin, Frank. Well, actually, I like Frank. He's cool. Let me try that again. Oh, Armand, Martin. Just wait to see how much I'm going to get away with now.
All done. Are you ready for your announcement, Kara?
Yes. Behold, the giant Malletinator!
But, Kara, not only does that name make no sense, but you also can't name something and then just put a nader after it.
I keep forgetting. Stupid copyright. Okay. Behold, the giant mallet! Now we will go back to Denver and smash my brother's company with the very thing that they've created. Oh, again? You gotta be kidding me. Just as I was getting on with my plan, why can't I ever have a dramatic monologue? The writers must be out of ideas or something. If I had a nickel for every time that the writers ran out of ideas, I would have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's kind of weird that it happened twice.
We now arrive outside the secret abandoned warehouse in Florida.
Well, fellas, we made it to Florida.
Why did we ever come here? I hate Florida. Florida's so hot that people crowd around the fire to cool down.
Whenever I hear scientists talk about how uninhabitable Jupiter is, I just assume they're talking about the city in Florida.
Armand, what do you hate about Florida?
Kara's here.
I hate Kara.
That's the spirit. Now, let's try to get into this building.
There are too many locks on this door. I mean, security questions, passcodes, fingerprint scanners. It's just Florida. What are they trying to steal?
Also, why are there fingerprint scanners and high-tech computer technology? It's 1942.
Is there any password that your sister uses a lot? Any phrase that is important to her?
We could try her birthday.
You have 2 guesses remaining.
What was that voice? Who spoke?
It was the computer.
How is that possible? It's 1942.
For the sake of time, let's just get on with things and let a certain professor deal with the capabilities of computers later on in the show.
Good plan. Frank, what password should we try next?
Well, a birthday's too obvious. Kara would try something more challenging, something we'd never guess.
Ooh, we could try the name Barb.
I don't think that's what we should waste our guess on.
You have 1 guess remaining.
Shoot, I really thought that would work. Kara loves Barb.
I hate Kara.
Correct passcode detected. You may enter.
Nicely done, Martin.
Wow, we're really lucky that the computer has voice recognition here in 1942 and doesn't fully rely on typed-in passwords. Otherwise, we wouldn't have been able to get into the factory.
Who are you? You kind of look like my brothers, but that's impossible. They hate to travel. Come closer. You are my brothers! Frank, it's so nice to see you. I didn't recognize you without your hat.
Yeah, I decided to try a different look.
It's so good to see you.
It's good to see you, too. How are you adjusting to Florida?
You know, I'm not actually sure why I decided to come here. Besides the oranges, there isn't much else that's interesting.
I get that.
Besides the point. What are you doing here?
What are we doing here? What are you doing here?
I'm going to destroy your company.
Well, why, though?
Because none of you ever take me seriously. I just wanted to be part of your company. I have good ideas too, and I'm sick of always being left out. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a factory to destroy. Factory workers, put the mallet on the ship.
Kara, can we please just sort this out?
How could we do that?
I know I'm not part of the family, so this is a little awkward, but maybe you could figure out what you both need and then share?
Sharing's a good idea.
Kara, what do you want from your brothers?
Well, if there's a position open at the company, I want it.
I think we could figure something out.
And Armin, Martin, and Frank, is there anything Kara can do to help you?
Well, I think the giant mallet that you made would look really great outside the factory. That way, everyone can know that we make reflex testers. It'll be awesome for advertising.
You got yourself a deal.
I'm glad I could help you find the missing mallets.
We appreciate your help, Anthony, but we still have a minor problem. What are we going to say to people who ask us what happened? This is a very big story on the news right now, and I don't want anything to jeopardize our company.
Yeah, Frank's right. We made two very big mistakes. We let a bunch of supplies go missing, and we don't know what sound a giraffe makes.
Wait, you guys don't know what sound a giraffe makes?
No.
A giraffe sounds like...
And that's all the time we have for our story today. Thank you for listening to The Case of the Missing Mallets. Up next is our first short script for the
Hang on, announcer. I think there might be a typo in the script.
That's not possible. I made sure not to leave out any H's this time.
No, I'm not talking about Crichton. I'm talking about the next script on our set list.
Oh, what's the mistake? We can't exactly go back now. The scripts are printed and everything.
Well, the title is Rose the Riveter and her All-American dog Scrappy. Shouldn't it be Rosie and not Rose?
No, because that would be a copyright violation, and I like being employed. But regardless, this is the perfect time to begin our next story, Rose the Riveter and her All-American dog Scrappy. We have a special treat for you tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We have with us tonight the respected and famous actress, three-time Academy Award winner, Isabel Nitch. Can we please get a round of applause?
Thank you so much. I'm so excited to be here.
Great. Have you been able to take a look at your script?
Not yet, but... Am I playing the dog?
That's right. We've given you a title role.
Okay, but the dog, speaks English, right?
Dogs don't speak.
So you want me to, bark?
As only you can as an Academy Award-winning actress.
Come on, Scrappy. Let's walk around the neighborhood. Maybe we'll even see some of our friends.
Bark.
Boy, I'm sure I'm tired from looking for all that scrap metal.
Woof.
I know, Scrappy. It makes me feel good that we are helping collect things for the war. But sometimes, when you do too much work all at once, you get tired. It's important that we all take breaks.
Wow.
Good morning, Mr. May.
Good morning, Rose, and good morning to you too, Scrappy.
The flowers in your garden look beautiful.
The weather's been so lovely these past few days. I've been gardening so much that I decided to replace my old watering can.
Well, Scrappy and I are going to keep walking, but it was so great to see you.
Have a great rest of your day, Rose.
Thank you. You too. Scrappy, why did you take Mr. May's watering can?
Woof.
Scrappy, please don't take stuff from our friends again.
Bark.
Speaking of friends, here's one now. Hi, Mrs. Clark.
Why, good morning, Rose. And to you too, Scrappy.
Your victory garden looks so great, Mrs. Clark.
Oh, why, thank you. It makes me feel so good that something I'm doing is making a difference. I heard that you and Scrappy are doing your part to help the war effort by collecting scrap metal.
We are. We're just taking a quick break from it today. As much as I want to go back out there and work, I know that I'm getting really tired and should rest first.
Well, I sure am glad you're taking care of yourself, Rose. And I hope your day off is swell.
Thank you. Scrappy, don't take Mrs. Clark's shovel. I don't know what's gotten into you today, but whatever it is, you need to knock it off. Come on, enjoy the walk.
Hey, Rose.
Hey, Jerry. Are you going out for a bike ride?
Gee, yep, beautiful day for it, huh?
It is.
Woof, woof, woof.
Scrappy, what are you doing?
Golly, maybe he scared my bike.
No, Scrappy isn't afraid of anything. Remember the time he brought off the Rarity Tiger? He wasn't scared of that. I think he's upset about something else. Scrappy, why would you knock over Jerry's bike?
Gee, I'm sure it was just an accident.
Scrappy, come here and drop the bike.
Woof.
Scrappy, are you trying to collect more metal?
Bark.
Look, I'm so glad that you want to help the war effort and all, but we can't just take things from our friends. That's not nice. Remember, if you need help from someone, just ask them. It's better than taking their stuff.
Woof, woof.
Yeah, I'll ask him. Jerry, Scrappy and I are wondering if you might have some scrap metal.
Gee, I might have some in the garage. Want me to go check?
That would be great, Jerry. Thank you. See how easy that was, Scrappy? When we asked politely, a friend was able to help us.
Rough.
Here you go, Rose.
Oh, thank you, Jerry. I had no idea you would have all these old metal knives in your garage.
Woof, woof.
Golly gee, just glad I could help with the war effort, Rose.
Now that we have collected metal like you wanted, can we please enjoy our day off?
And there you have it, folks. Another lesson learned with our friends Rose and Scrappy. Come back next week for another exciting adventure. You've just heard Rose Riveter and her all-American dog, Scrappy. I just think that little dog is swell, don't you? Up next, performing on our special musical stage, is our guest musician. How are you doing today, guest musician?
Oh, I'm doing just fine, thanks for asking. It's such an honor to be here performing on the Webster Thomas Radio Hour.
Well, we're so glad you could join us. What will you be singing for us today?
Midnight, the Stars, and You.
No, you won't. I'm afraid that would be a problem.
But why? It's a great song, and if you try to forget the scene in The Shining, it's not that creepy. It's actually kind of beautiful. I promise.
No, this has nothing to do with movies. It has everything to do with copyright.
Oh.
But let's have our stage manager check to make sure.
Yeah, it's gonna be a copyright violation.
Darn it. Hang on, I have another song I can sing.
I'm afraid it's time to move on to our next script. But don't worry, you'll have 2 more performance slots later on in the show. And look on the bright side. We got to research copyright law.
Okay, I'll go practice.
That's the spirit. Speaking of music, here's our next commercial.
Do you have a passion for music? Want to learn an instrument? Then you should sign up today for piano lessons with Mrs. Von Rodney, the best piano player in the world.
You can learn any song you like, and guess what? It doesn't have to be in the public domain. Sign up for your first lesson today.
Thank you for that lovely announcement. Next up is The Adventures of the Time Traveling Athenians. Last week, on The Adventures of the Time Traveling Athenians, we left our heroes plummeting through the void of time and space.
Whoa! Where are we? When are we?
The time machine says we're heading to 1942, a place called Rochester.
That's not a name. You must have read it wrong. What happened? I think Zeus hit us with his lightning bolt.
You dare cross me? You can't break the time travel rules. You know you're not supposed to time travel on a Saturday. I was supposed to be on The Bachelor, but because of you, the timeline has shifted. Now reality TV shows never existed.
Is that necessarily a bad thing?
In my case, yes.
Is everyone all right?
I think so. Where did you say we are?
It says Rochester.
Sounds barbaric.
Well, technically, if they're not Greek, they're by definition barbaric.
Yeah, the culture guide says they eat plates of garbage.
Yep, definitely barbaric.
Oh no. Looks like that bolt knocked out our controls for time and space.
Check the instruction manual. There should be a repair guide. I think we put it in the compartment above the olive oil hold.
Oh, I found it. I can't read.
But I can. It says here, to fix the time and position controls, we need it uses a, I don't understand this word.
Let me see that.
You can read?
Mom taught me by reading all of Simon Cleese's poetry books.
Favoritism, Mom.
You're a liar.
No, this is a liar.
That's not important right now. This says we need a cathode tube, commonly found in a television.
I've never heard of such a thing.
Is that some kind of pottery we need to make? Oh, I knew I should have brought my potter's wheel.
Maybe we can find this television thing here.
In the machine? That would be convenient.
No. Outside the machine. We're in 1942. It's the future. Maybe the people of this polis know where to find one.
I say we look ourselves.
Wait, we should change our clothes. We don't want to stand out too much.
Good thinking. If I check this time closet here, the closest that we have is 1974. That should be close enough to 1942, right?
Clothing surely wouldn't change that much in 30 years.
Yeah, alarmingly short tunics have been in fashion for centuries. We should blend in just fine with these.
Euripides?
No, he said back in Greece, remember?
No, Euripides?
Oh, yeah, Eumenides.
Seriously, this is no time for plays.
No, not Eumenides. Eumendades.
You know I'm no good at mending.
Just do it.
Now believing they're dressed for the decade, our siblings set out in search of a television tube.
Wow, there are so many buildings.
How are they so tall? It's like they could scrape the sky.
I can't identify the language on these signs, but it's certainly not Greek.
Look Look at the flag outside the building over there. They might have some Greek letters.
Rochester Institute of Technology, Delta Nu. That doesn't mean anything. Probably uneducated.
Oh, let's ask those women outside. Excuse me. Who are you?
I'm Sophia. This is Zoya.
And I'm Dr. Simon Cleese.
Well, anyways, we're time travelers.
You're what?
You know, time travelers. We travel through time on a time trireme.
For gobbledygook.
Excuse me? That's nonsense.
Exactly.
Okay, so if you're time travelers, where did you time travelers come from?
We're Athenians.
Ancient, like the ones we learned about in school?
Silly girls, they didn't go to school.
Okay, wise guys, if you're really ancient Greeks, prove it.
Okay, we'll prove it with a joke.
Oh, I have a good one. What did the Greek thief say to his partner?
What did the Greek thief say to his partner?
We need to be discreet.
I've got another. Alexander before Alexander the Great was only kindonistic.
Oh, what was it after?
After Alexander the Great, it was Hellenistic.
That's a guess. You guys definitely are ancient Greeks.
Yeah, because them telling jokes is great proof.
I know, right?
And who might you be?
We're students here at RIT.
Girls can get an education. I like it in 1942.
What's the meaning of that flag outside your building?
That's our sorority, Delta Nu.
Sorority?
This all sounds very interesting, but we have a real problem to deal with here.
What do you want?
We need a television tube.
Well, our university has one of those, but they're rare and the television doesn't work without it.
We could find another tube for you if you'd like.
It doesn't work like that. Don't you know how rare TVs are around here?
Especially with the war. Our TV has a 9-inch screen, and that's super expensive here. It's hard to come by.
The war? The Trojan War? The Peloponnesian War? The Persian War?
Holy mackerel, you guys are such knuckleheads.
These people worship fish.
Oh, don't flip your lid. They're time travelers. It would make sense if they don't know the scoop here in 1942.
Again, I appreciate a good history lesson or a future lesson, but we really need to get this part for our machine.
We need to go to the electronic centaur. Get it? Centaur?
Yeah, we get it.
Follow me, I'll get your part. We just need to be sneaky.
How long do you think this will take?
Oh, I'd say about as long as a typical commercial break.
Do you want to learn more about the places that the time traveling Athenians visit?
Are you curious about different time periods?
Do you wish you could say, oh yeah, I totally know what Sophia, Zoya, and Dr. Simon Cleese are talking about. I just learned about that historical event when you're watching our show?
If you answered yes to these questions, then Mrs. Leahy's history class of obscure and exciting events is the class for you. Stop by the counseling center today to enroll for the second semester class today. You'll be a history whiz in no time.
We now return to the adventures of the time traveling Athenians.
Hot diggity dog, that was a close one.
We were Demeter from getting caught.
I know, who would have thought there's a real tiger at RIT?
Yeah, if Scrappy didn't show up, we would be Tiger Chow.
How can we repay you?
We can recite poetry in exchange.
We only want one thing in exchange.
All we want are your cool clothes. We love the way you're decked out.
Why are you wearing a towel?
I don't want to talk about it, but I have the television tube.
Come on, we need to get back and fix the machine.
Also, it wouldn't hurt to get Simon Cleese some more clothes.
Where did the time machine go?
Look over there, it's on that trunk.
Let's get him.
Well, never. Catch them.
No, I have an idea. I'll call those sorority girls. They have a car.
What do you mean by call? They'll never be able to hear you from here.
No. Calling on a telephony. It magically makes people able to hear you from far away.
Just do it.
We need help. How fast can you two get to Park Avenue?
We'll be there in a minute. We made it.
That seemed oddly and conveniently fast.
Let's get him. We demand you to stop.
Why should I?
It's our machine.
I'm just doing my job. This here time machine was parked illegally. No driver shall park a time machine in any street in violation of the provisions of this article or in the violation of the orders of regulations of the Traffic Control Board as directed by official signs is clearly outlined in the Everyman's Guide to Time Travel, only for $11.99 at your local bookstore.
Simon, please, let's Let's recite some poetry. It's the only way.
Ah, yes, go big or go Homer.
It's a base thing for a man among the people not to obey.
No.
Those in command and never in a state can the laws be well administered.
Stop, just stop it. I'll give you the time machine. Just shut up.
See? It always works.
No, you can't just give them the machine.
I cannot listen to that anymore, boss.
They must pay for breaking the rules.
What do you mean breaking the rules?
You can't time travel on a Saturday.
That's ludicrous. We didn't know that.
It was in the orientation packet and The Everyman's Guide to Time Travel by Tempest Pellegrino, which is available at a bookstore near you. And now you will pay.
Well, hold up. That's not fair.
I'm not fair. I'm Zeus. I can do whatever I want without permission of you puny mortals.
Okay, we apologize.
Oh, that's good. I can't stay mad at people who make Greek jokes. Just fix the timeline, or I may have one of my characteristic changes of heart. And now, I'm off to finally find love on a television show.
Speaking of television, we need to use our tube to fix the time machine so we can get back to our mission. The mission list says we need to go to 1640s England next.
There's no rush, though. It's not like 4% of the population is going to die.
Maybe, but we should go anyways. Oh, and we should save the Bachelor while we're at it.
I'm almost done here. The manual says the tube goes in between the time screen and the lyre holder. It's in.
Well, let's go.
Next time on the adventures of the Time Traveling Athenians, our heroes tackle the first of the 3 English civil wars.
Wait, there are 3 of these?
Simon Cleese learns the meaning of life.
There is no meaning, only sadness.
And Zeus finds true love.
Medusa, will you accept this rose?
Friends, do you, like our heroes, need to learn the rules of time travel? Do you need to do maintenance on your time machine? Do you wish you could go back in time and unremove the do not remove tag from that air mattress that we all know you aren't supposed to get rid of? Well, we have the book for you, 101 Rules of Time Travel by Tempest Pellegrino. Let's hear what some satisfied readers have to say.
After just one afternoon, I learned everything there is to know. I was even able to go back and unsay a ridiculous comment I made in middle school. Thanks, Tempest.
I used to hate time travel. Now I understand quantum mechanics and can navigate alternate universes created by minor changes in the timeline. 101 Rules of Time Travel worked for me.
Thanks to this book, I witnessed the War of Jenkins' Ear firsthand and passed my history test. Maybe I'll actually pass the class this time.
I used to struggle with parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme. Now I only struggle with parsley, sage, and rosemary.
Yes, it's 101 Rules of Time Travel. Ask your local bookstore about it today. Happy traveling! Here for our next commercial is one of our, writers? Haley Warren.
Thank you, Mr. Stutzel.
Now I understand you're here to tell us about a place we can visit.
Yes. Webster Thomas High School's hottest hangout spot is Ms. Burns' classroom. One of the only non-art classrooms in the art hallway, this cozy, safe space is every Shakespeare-obsessed theater kid's dream. This place has everything. An entrance to the courtyard, a shelf filled with applesauce, 50 copies of Frankenstein, a book that gives you answers. And if you stop by today, you can have a delightful cup of tea with Ms. Byrne and Van Goat, the screaming goat.
Huh. Because it's written in my script, and only because it's written in my script, I have to ask, who's Van Goat the Screaming Goat?
He's a little plastic goat on Byrne's desk that sounds like this.
Well, I will definitely visit Mrs. Byrne's classroom. On to the next script! Last week on The Adventures of Professor Z and his best pal, Rodney.
Quick, Rodney, grab my sword.
Professor Z battled monsters.
But sir, you don't know how to fight monsters?
I'll figure it out.
I'm a monster.
Well, Rodney, I have killed the monster. I believe congratulations are in order.
I'm afraid not, sir. That wasn't a monster.
It wasn't?
No, you killed Polly, a harmless little pony that visits children's hospitals.
Well, that's your fault, Rodney.
It is?
Yeah, I just said it's your fault, so it is.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess I'll just take responsibility for the heartbroken children then.
See, we work so well together. This is why you're my best pal.
Well, it said so on my badge when I had it.
This week, get ready to embark on a new adventure with...
I am singing the Professor Z theme song. He's kind of a not great person, but that's all right. It's Professor Z.
She must be talking about a different Professor Z.
And I'm his best pal, Rodney. I have to wear this badge.
Yeah, don't talk. It's my theme song.
My
This
apologies,
week's
sir.
episode, the return of Professor Z to the planet of the beyond. Location, Professor Z's house, somewhere in the United States of America. Professor Z has just published...
My 7th book, A to Z, My Experience as the Smartest Human in the Entire Galaxy. Not to be confused with Z to A, my superstellar childhood that was better than yours. Rodney, I believe you are mentioned in that one.
Oh, really? What matter? What part is it?
Oh, it was the part where you were sitting in a chair and then someone tried to pull it away and you looked really stupid and wait, why aren't you here?
You told me to stay at Star Wars, remember?
Star Wisp? I don't remember contacting a planet called Star Wisp.
No, you did, sir. You just renamed it the Planet of the Beyond.
Ah, yes, Beyond. My newest planet, my pride and joy.
It's called Star Wisp.
Oh, Beyond. Such a sad, helpless little planet. They need my help. They need super science.
Sir, remember what I told you?
Rodney, stop speaking.
Okay.
Would you look at the time? Rodney, I'm going to hang up this call now. Oh, shoot, I almost forgot.
Sir, I think you accidentally called me again. Did you press the blue button?
I pressed the one you labeled for me as call people.
Huh, I'm so proud of you. You figured it out.
I figured it out.
So it wasn't an accident.
No, it was 100% on purpose. I need your help choosing what I'm going to wear to my interview with Lilac Lovely. What do you think of this suit?
Sir, we talked about this. I can't see what you're wearing over the phone.
That's not how it works.
That's not how it works.
Darn it. You know, someone should invent a technology so we can see and hear each other when we're calling each other.
I don't know. I feel like we'd get bored of it pretty quick.
I doubt it. Besides, we wouldn't use it that much.
I'm not so sure.
Well, in the meantime, I'll just describe my suit to you.
We now go to Radio City Music Hall for Professor Z's interview on The Lilac Lovely Show.
Good afternoon, lovelies, and welcome back to the Lilac Lovely Show. I'm your host, Lilac Lovely, and here is the moment you've all been waiting for. I have a very special guest here with me today. You know him, you love him. He uses up a good portion of your tax dollars for his scientific missions, Professor Z.
I'm singing the Professor Z theme song. It's not very great, but that is okay. It's Professor Z.
Oh, thank you, Lilac. I'm so happy to be back.
Oh, you being here makes my daisy. Now, I understand you've written a new book.
Yes, indeed. A to Z, My Experience as the Smartest Human in the Entire Galaxy. Did you read it?
I skimmed the back cover.
Oh, that's what I do.
Anyways, I invited you here today because I want to know more about this planet of the beyond you wrote about.
Yes. It is the third planet I've brought my advanced technology called super science to. And let me tell you, Beyond needed super science.
Is their technology far behind?
Extremely. Did you know that their computers don't even take up a whole room? They're so small they just sit on the top of your lap. I call them top lap computers.
Isn't that a good thing?
Hardly. My supercomputers can solve a whole 3 equations per day. Isn't that just so advanced you can't believe it?
And how many can there solve?
It doesn't matter. On Beyond, there are headphones without cords.
How does that even work?
That's what I said. Without cords connected to the ear thingies, how will they ever listen to music? They said they get their music through this blue teeth thing, but that can't be healthy.
My, oh my, blue teeth? The dentists on this planet must have a difficult job.
And the way that they make announcements to each other. They do this thing called tweeting, which is actually something that I know the Webster Thomas High School Fall Play account does. And you should all go follow them at Intermission. But that's besides the point. They don't even have megaphones. No. They just use birds to deliver their messages. How ridiculous.
This planet of the beyond of yours sounds fascinating. I imagine that since you brought them super science, they must worship you.
Oh, yeah, they love me over there.
Well, with all the help you've given, how could they not? And what about your pal Rodney?
What about Rodney?
How do the people of Beyond feel about him?
No, they despise him. As you can imagine, Lilac, if anyone is to be liked by anyone, it's me, not Rodney.
Why, of course. So, Professor Z, is there anyone on your team still on Beyond?
Well, actually, Rodney is still there.
Didn't you just say they hate him over there? Is it safe for him to be alone?
Rodney is fine. He's fine.
Well, how about we give a quick call to check on him?
I mean, that's not really necessary. He's probably really, really busy. Oh, you're calling him. That's great.
Hey.
Rodney, how are you? Are you safe?
Safe. Why wouldn't I be safe?
Because remember, Rodney, you're not liked on the planet of the Beyond. They don't like you, remember?
What's, yeah, I'm hated here.
Is that a party I hear?
No, not at all.
So it is a party.
Lilac, let's talk about something else, please.
Rodney.
That Rodney. The connection from here to Beyond is really rough, you see. They need my super science to make it better.
Right. So, Professor Z, tell me more about this planet of yours.
Well, the Beyonders just finished building something in my honor.
No kidding. Is it a statue? A monument? You know how I feel about a good statue.
I do.
Do they have those in space?
Well, that's not important. They made a machine that powers their planet.
Well, I can't imagine it works, with them being so behind in technological advancements and all.
Well, with my super science, it should work A-okay.
Can you tell myself and the lovelies more about this machine? You know, if it isn't a big secret.
Of course it's not. The machine is powered by the Beyonders' love of me. It's powered by their love for me.
Their love for you?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's just brilliant. With all the love and respect you've told me they have for you, their planet must never lose power.
Now, don't get ahead of yourself, Lilac. The machine has yet to start.
Well, when's the grand opening?
Next week.
I'm sorry, Professor, I can't hear you.
Next week.
A bit louder, please, so the mic can pick it up.
Next week.
Why, that's just wonderful. And how long does it take to get to this Beyond?
1 week.
Louder, please. We just went over this.
1 week.
Well, that's delightful. We'll make it there in time.
Yes. We?
Professor Z, I hate to put you on the spot like this, especially over a live radio broadcast to the entire nation. But I would especially love it if you could take me with you to the big ceremony next week.
Wait. This is live to the whole nation?
Yes, of course. Don't you know how radio works?
I'm learning.
Wait, what?
I mean, I totally know how radio works. I practically invented it. Didn't you read the back cover?
That I did. So what do you say, Professor Z? Will you let me come with you to Beyond so I can see all of this great work you've done?
Well, actually, Lilac, I'm camping next week.
But outer space is so much better than the woods.
Oh, I just remembered. I have to read books to the children at the hospital, community service.
Hire someone to do it for you. Wait, why do you have community service?
I have to walk my cat.
When did you get a cat?
Go to the dentist.
Change your appointment.
Teach a class?
Reschedule it.
I have to, okay, fine, I'll take you to Beyond with me.
Excellent. Well, lovelies, it looks like I am going to the planet of the Beyond with the one and only Professor Z. Stay tuned for our next segment, Hollywood Heartbreak, where we discuss the biggest scandals in Hollywood right now. Hedda Hopper will be breaking her silence about the events that transpired at the Oscars. I have 2 words for you: ostentatious headwear. We'll be right back after this commercial break. And remember, stay classy, lovelies.
Do you wish you could communicate with people by using pictures? Then you should buy the Dobo emoji stamps. These super fun stamps allow you to add little pictures to any document or object you wish. Do you want to tell your friend that you're listening to an episode of Rose the Riveter and her all-American dog Scrappy? Then you can put a heart and a dog on your stamp in your letter and let them know. And guess what? This stamp collection has recently earned the Dobo Stamp of Approval. How cool is that? You can buy the whole collection of 3,178 stamps today for only $2.99.
And now, back to the adventures of Professor Z and his best pal, Rodney. 1 week later, Professor Z and Lilac Lovely arrive at the planet of the Beyond.
What a flight. I can't wait to explore this planet of yours, Professor Z, especially since I got clearance to broadcast it back home to my lovelies. Professor Z, can you turn on that microphone over there, please?
I really don't think we should be doing a live broadcast, but no one listens to me.
Professor, your super science and the planets you contact are the greatest things to ever happen to my show.
You say that every time.
And when have I ever been wrong? Come on, let's go.
I'm gonna stay inside the ship, thank you. I feel a little space sick from the journey over.
Oh, look who's coming to greet us. Why, hello, Rodney.
Oh, hey guys, I'm so stellar to see you. Welcome to Star Wisp. I'll introduce you to some of the Whispers now.
Rodney, I'm confused. Isn't this the planet of the beyond?
Well, that's what Professor Z renamed it, but the Whispers prefer to call it Star Wisp, which is its original name.
Okay. Well, then can we start the tour?
No. Come on, I'll show you around. Z, are you coming?
I'm gonna catch up with you in just a second. I need to talk to my security guards, real quick. Guards, I don't know what to do. The three of us know that if I take one step out of the ship, they will kill me for sure.
Yeah, they really don't like you, huh, boss?
And I have no idea why. I'm charming.
Sure you are, boss.
I'm brilliant.
I thought you were Professor Z.
Who wouldn't absolutely adore me?
It blows my mind.
We're just as surprised as you are.
Do I have to go out there? Fine.
Professor Z, so glad you finally joined us. Isn't this just so great, lovelies?
Yes, so happy to be here. Guards, cover me.
Now, which Beyonder will be taking us on a tour?
Yeah, well, Lyra and Ursa here are the official tour guides, but if it'd be okay with them, I'd like to tag along. Lyra, Ursa, can I?
Yeah, that's light speed.
Stellar idea, Rodney.
Stellar. Lightspeed? Those are some very unique phrases you say on this planet.
Lilac, I can assure you that they will stop saying those phrases immediately.
That's asteroids, I tells ya. Asteroids!
I beg your pardon.
Let me at him.
Hey, let's calm down, okay? It's time we start the tour. The ceremony begins in an hour.
Fine. Follow me.
For those of you tuning into my show right now, I am walking around the planet of the beyond.
Aren't you going to describe your surroundings to them, since your lovelies can't exactly see what you're talking about?
No, they can just use their imaginations. Now, would you look at this stunning architecture? The designs on these buildings are simply outstanding.
Well, the people of the beyond build things differently than we do on Earth.
Differently? Professor, dare I say it's better. Look, they have statues like we do on Earth, and you know how I feel about a good statue. That one looks like it's a statue of you.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Actually, lovelies, now that I'm closer, it appears to be a statue of a taller man with glasses.
Well, I left my glasses at home.
Why, it's a statue of Rodney. His name is engraved on the plaque and everything.
Well, you see, Lilac, on Beyond,
Star Wisp,
it is customary to make a statue of the person you hate. That way you are always reminded of who the real enemy is.
Oh, I see. It's such a shame that they hate you over here, Rodney.
Oh yeah, what a shame.
Moving on, our next stop on our tour is a building that is brand new. It is so stellar.
So Stella.
It's a gift shop.
What a wonderful thing. What do you sell?
Well, it's a shop for someone we're a real big fan of.
Ooh, do tell. Who's it for?
Rodney.
Rodney?
It's a fan gift shop for Rodney.
Rodney? That?
We sell shirts with his face on it.
And little bobbleheads.
Boing.
Aww.
And hats that read Rodney is super light speed.
Why on earth would you make a gift shop with merchandise of your sworn enemy?
We're not on Earth, we're on Beyond.
We're not on Beyond, we're on Star Wisp.
Oh, let's just move on, shall we? There's a lot to see before the ceremony.
Hang on, let me check the time.
Whoa, what is that?
Duh. It's my phone.
I've never seen anything like it before.
Professor Z told us that your technology on Earth is far superior to ours. Wouldn't you have a phone like this already?
Well, I
can assure you, Lilac, that our phones are indeed better. We have the cords, remember?
Oh, that we do. Their phones do seem to be lacking in that department.
This is exactly why my super science is so desperately needed in Beyond.
Star Wisp!
Oh, potato tomato.
We should probably head over to the ceremony now.
I am so excited to see this machine powered by their love for you, Professor Z. I can just tell that there is so much of it.
Oh, there's so much of something.
Professor Z goes to the ceremonium for the ceremony in his honor.
Oh, Professor Z, I can't believe we are on our way to the ceremonium for the ceremony in your honor. This is a very big deal, you know.
Oh, believe me, I know.
Here we are. Lilac Lovely, Lyra, and Ursa will lead you to your seat. Z, can I have a word with you?
I think my guards and I will just go to our seats. Thank you very much.
It's really important, sir.
You can catch up with us later, Professor. I'll save a seat for you.
Oh, I'm looking forward to it. All right, Rodney, make it quick.
Do you have a plan?
For what?
For when this machine fails you? When everyone sees that you don't understand super science?
I don't need to understand super science. I just need you to help me like you always do.
And why should I do that?
Rodney,
Yes.
what does your badge say?
Oh, that thing I'm forced to wear, it says best pal.
And who gave you that badge?
You did, sir.
And what do best pals do?
They help each other out.
See? You got it. Now help me, Rodney.
Okay, here's my plan.
Hello, fellow Whispers, or shall I say Beyonders, because we have an extra special guest with us today. You know him. You have strong feelings about him. He is back yet again. Oh, I can't believe I have to say this, but here's Professor Z. Come on stage, Professor.
Oh, Professor, get on up there.
I'm gonna watch from this safe distance.
Oh, come on. It's not every day that you contact a planet and then bring your advanced technology to it, and then they have a ceremony for you.
It seems like today's the only day that that's gonna happen, huh?
Don't make a fool of yourself, Professor.
Fine.
Do you have any words to say to us today?
Let me think. Motorcycle, cowboy, teacher. Ooh, apple pie.
I mean a speech.
Oh, that. Okay. So, as most of you know, I'm Professor Z. Hey. And I built this thing for you. It's a machine that powers your planet, and it's supposed to be a ceremony to turn it on for the first time, but we don't have to do that right away. How about we go around the room and we introduce ourselves, share our family histories, our hopes and fears,
Get on with it.
dreams.
Oh, Professor, I just can't wait to see how much love the Beyonders have for you and how much power their machine will make.
Right. Okay then. So, presenting the machine powered by your love for me.
Whispers, let's count down.
3, 2, 1. Professor Z, your machine ruined our planet. It's not my machine. Rodney's the one that built it. Blame him.
All right, everybody, calm down. Thankfully, there is another setting on this machine. With one flip of a switch, Star Wars can be powered by your love of Rodney. Now, if I could only find the right lever. I found it. Count down again, everyone.
3, 2, 1.
I think this setting on the machine works just fine.
Professor, may I have a word?
Look, Lilac, I can explain.
So they really don't like you here, huh?
It appears they don't.
Well, first of all, I find that incredibly shocking. I mean, who could have seen that coming? Am I right? Well, this has been a lovely experience, but I have a show back on Earth that I can't miss. So I think I'm going to head back. Right now.
Wait, that's it? You're not kicking me off the show? The tax dollars aren't going to be spent on something else?
Oh, Professor, I have no control on what they spend the tax dollars on. Besides, what else could they possibly be used for?
That's a good point. Oh, what about the broadcast? Did I ruin it?
Not at all. As soon as the machine didn't work, I shut off the microphone. I'll tell the lovelies later that it was a bad connection issue.
Thank you, Lilac.
It's okay that this planet didn't work out. There are always others. See you on the spaceship?
Yeah, I just have to talk to Rodney first.
Oh, I need to talk to you.
Oh, would you look at that? There he is. Rodney, my best pal. What's up?
What's up? You threw me under the bus. That's what's up. You know, after all these years of working together, I finally had it. I'm done. You always blame me for everything that goes wrong, even if I had nothing to do with it. I'm always the one who has to clean up after your messes. And guess what, Z? You're a fraud. That's right, I said it. I'm the one who invented super science. I do everything.
So I take it you aren't coming home with us?
Yeah, this is my home now. I am loved and respected here. They want me to be their leader one day.
But that was supposed to be my job.
Now get over it,
That's
Z.
not
I quit
fair.
being your sidekick.
What?
I'm staying here in Star Wars where my new life is. I didn't want to tell you this, but Lyra and I got married.
And I didn't even get to be the best man.
And we're expecting. That's right. We're gonna give birth to we're gonna have a little constellation. I'm gonna be a father.
Oh, congratulations. I'm
Thanks.
so happy for you. Can I be the uncle?
No, you cannot be the uncle. Did you hear anything I just said? We're done. It's not me, it's you. Now, goodbye, Professor Z. Oh, and here's your badge back. I won't be needing it anymore.
You can't do this to me, Rodney. What about all of the adventures we've had together? Like that time that we did the crossover episode with those kids that can time travel? That was pretty fun.
They were pretty cool.
Or when we met that girl and her obnoxious little dog that had a weird obsession with scrap metal.
I didn't think Scrappy was that obnoxious.
Well, what about the fact that you're my best pal, huh? Did you forget about that?
Are we really best pals, though, Z?
Of course we are.
And you really mean that?
Of course I do.
Okay, I unquit. But only if Lyra moves back to the States with me.
Sweet, I'm gonna be an uncle.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to take that up with her.
Okay.
And with that, Professor Z and his best pal Rodney made their way back to the United States with Lilac Lovely. And that concludes this week's episode of The Adventures of Professor Z and his best pal Rodney. Stay tuned for next week's episode, where Professor Z goes to Hollywood and stars in his first movie, where he plays a man who is definitely not qualified to be in his current profession. What a challenge that will be for him to play. Up next is a special announcement from our very own Professor Z.
Oh, hey, I'm Professor Z, and I'm the smartest human in the entire galaxy. I want to tell you all to buy war ponds. Ponds are way better than lakes, I'll tell you that. Plus, ponds are great to have in your backyard, so you can have little fishies as pets. Suppose we were all little fishies at the bottom of the sea.
Z, stop. They're called war bonds, not war ponds.
Oh, yeah, that makes more sense. What should I tell the people then?
I wrote it down for you here.
Thanks. Write a check today for war bonds. Wait, I don't know how to write a check. Is that going to be a problem?
Professor Z, you've contacted alien planets, invented super science. You're given tax dollars for your expeditions, for goodness sake. Why don't you know how to write a check?
Well, Rodney usually does that for me because sometimes when I write, it makes my head hurt.
Let's continue, shall we? Rodney?
The country has asked the people to invest $1 billion in 1 month to help pay for the war. And guess what?
What?
If your city pays $1 million or you pay $10,000 personally, Professor Z will visit you.
I will?
You will.
Cool.
Now, Z, read this last line and look at the camera.
Which camera?
There's only one camera.
Then what's that?
That's a music stand.
Oh, okay. Can I have that? Thank you. Buying war bonds is very patriotic. Every dollar invested helps make more planes, tanks, and ships for the war. From the home front to the battlefront, America's 130 million citizens are fighting in the war. Wait, that's how many people are fighting in the war?
Thank you, Professor Z.
Did I do okay?
You were swell. We hope you enjoyed the first half of our show. Now we're going to take a 10-minute intermission.
Sir, we still have the guest musician.
Well, oh, my apologies. Up next is the guest musician. What will you be singing for us now?
Well, I did some research on copyright, and I found a song in the public domain.
Wonderful. What song did you choose?
It's called I'm a Hopeless Romantic, and This Is My Song. I wrote it myself. If it's okay, I'm just going to get started to make sure I don't run out of time. I'm a hopeless romantic, and this is my song. I'm so hopeless, and I just want to fall in love. Hey, what was that for?
We need this microphone for murder mystery.
You couldn't even wait until I was done singing? I was told I had more time.
You have 30 seconds.
Well, I can sing one more line if you just give me back the microphone.
You have 25 seconds.
Seriously? My mom is listening to the show tonight. I was so looking forward to singing for her. You know, she says I'm quite talented.
15 seconds. I don't get paid enough for this.
Oh, forget it. I'll go practice again and be back for round 3. Maybe that time the microphone will stay put.
Stranger things have happened, but in the meantime, it's intermission, everyone. And after the break, you'll all get a behind-the-scenes look at our show. To our studio audience, I would like to invite you to our foyer to enjoy a fine selection of confectionaries and refreshments. I would, had we a foyer. Or refreshments. See you in 10, ladies and gentlemen.